Hi guys, today is July 28th. It is Peruvian Independence Day. Today is Peru's 199th birthday. So next year we'll be celebrating the bicentennial anniversary. And it's definitely different than normal. Of course, most everyone is staying in their homes. There are no parades and marches. You don't hear bands on the streets like you probably would on an Independence Day. But everyone seems to be celebrating at home with their family, and we have gotten to celebrate here together. We made lomo saltado, which is the national Peruvian dish, which is like a beef stir fry that's served with rice and French fries. And we also drank some chicha morada, which is a typical Peruvian beverage. I'm going to be posting up a recipe for that soon on the web, on YouTube, on the channel, so that you guys can learn a little bit more about different Peruvian dishes. But yeah, happy Peruvian Independence Day, and just wanted to share a little bit about how June and July have gone. I know in our last video it was pretty tough. We were still under strict lockdown quarantine. The quarantine was slowly lifted now on June 30th. Think most things could return back to normal, but there are some things that are still not open. Like the mall's open, but there are lots of rules. Of course, you have to wait in line just to get into the store. Nilton had to go to the mall for something and had to go to one of the department stores. And he said he had to wait in line for at least half an hour just to get into the store because they were only allowing a certain number of people in there at a time. And then he had to wait in line to go up to the second floor. We had one of our appliances break, and he was trying to go see if it was still under warranty, and he had to wait in a second line just to go upstairs to check in the appliances section. But besides that, and restaurants still aren't open, of course movie theaters and things where it's really just for entertainment are still not open, but most things, other things are starting to function like normal. And we've had about a month of that, and the cases continue to go up here. There are still quite a few deaths every day, but it does feel a little bit more normal. Thankfully, everyone feels a little more, I think, like we've accepted the situation, and it doesn't feel as much anxiety inducing, just to be taking care of ourselves, washing our hands, and making sure we stay socially distanced from others. And just to give some little updates, thank you for praying for our Pastor Elvis. The doctors have said that he has completely passed this conquered coronavirus, but I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but it does seem that he's been left with pulmonary fibrosis. Which means that he will probably need to be on medicine for his lungs for life, may even need to use oxygen in times when he gets agitated or does a lot of work. So we're just ask you to keep praying with us that the Lord would completely heal his lungs. He already feels a little bit better than he did a month ago, but we just continue to pray that the Lord would continue to do a healing work in his lungs. And we thank you for praying for Nilton and his family. Everyone seems to be doing well emotionally, and I think just trying to protect themselves. In Cartavio, it's a smaller town, and the cases of coronavirus didn't arrive until probably late May, and we started to hear that cases had come in, mostly through people who were working in the markets because they have to bring in food to sell in the markets from Trujillo. So I know now the cases are spreading in Cartavio, and we've heard of quite a few deaths, quite a few people that Nilton went to school with or grew up with, and that was last month. That was pretty hard. Thankfully this month it's gotten a little bit easier to handle, just that emotional stress. But I ask that you would pray for Nilton's family, because his brother works in Trujillo and comes on his motorcycle every day and does maintenance in homes on appliances. So of course he wears all the protective gear, but he's always worried, mostly worried, that if he were to get it, he'd be taking it home to his parents. So I ask that you pray for protection over Miguel and pray for protection over the family. And something that's just been so exciting is that during this time, Miguel has been, I don't know if I told you guys in the last video, but he has been encouraging Nilton to do Bible studies for the family. And Miguel is not a believer, and so that was really exciting to see that he was the one that wanted the whole family to be hearing the Word of God together. And so it's been a couple months now that Nilton's been doing Bible studies for our family and for our church, and Miguel has been attending all of them. So that's been really exciting, and we ask that you pray for him and pray for what the Lord's doing in his heart and in the other family members who still aren't believers. Here I'm going to post a couple photos of Carlos and Fanny and baby Kaliam, which you guys have been hearing about over the last few months, so you can see how the family's doing. Carlos and a couple of the other guys on campus who are students here at the seminary have gotten work, so we ask that you be praying for them because they continue to go out every day. So I thank you so much for your prayers. We can tell that you guys have been praying for us. The Lord really does work through the prayers of his people, and we always notice a big difference when people are praying for us. Things have definitely felt calmer, even though the situation is still going on, and we are very thankful for your support.